You gotta put a stop to them. eBay's gotta do something to put a stop to it. It's frustrating. And I'm passionate about it because this is what's taking money out of my own pocket. What's up, my reseller friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina. I thrift to resell on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, and I have a come ship with me video today. So I am filming on a Friday, even though this is going to be posted on a Tuesday. And as you can see, I have a bunch of little friends back here just chilling. I am in the process of listing some Barbies, and it does look like a mess, but really I do have them laid out nicely, ready to be photographed on that white background back there. So that's what I've got going on back there. Sorry, I was too lazy to move them and then have to just bring them right back, but that's the situation. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into doing this shipping. So I sold this Vans t-shirt. It's just a plain white shirt with gray sleeves. I listed it for $11.99, free shipping, which is a really good deal, and it's pretty cheap. And it's funny because does this ever happen to you guys? So if I list something that I feel is pretty cheap, like this, for example, I won't have best offer turned on because I already feel like $11.99 free shipping for a really nice Vans t-shirt is as good as it's gonna get, basically. So I'm not willing to go down on the price at all. But then I'll get people who will like send me like a private message with their offer, and it's so frustrating because I just feel like, dude, it's $11.99 free shipping. Like seriously, if you're like gonna try to private message me to get it lower, those are the type of buyers you have to be cautious of. I've just noticed just from my experience, and I do apologize if I sound a little stuffed up. I do have a cold right now, but yeah, it just seems like whenever I have like those types of buyers that are just like really cheap, it seems like there's going to be a higher probability. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not always the case, but there's a higher probability that person's going to give you problems down the line. Like they're going to try to open a return for the stupidest reason, or they're going to like try to complain about something, or they're going to try to leave you negative feedback on something. And it's just, I just don't like to deal with it. So if something is already really cheap, no. But anyways, yeah, so I had some person that kept messaging me about trying to get this shirt for cheaper than $11, and I had to keep telling them no, and then it eventually just sold for my asking price. I mean, I knew it was a really good price, and that's typically how I do things. If it is listed for a reasonable price, I'm not going to have the best offer turned on. But if it still doesn't sell, you know, within like a few months or so, I'll go ahead and turn on that offer, best offer. But rarely with items that are going to be like under $15 with free shipping, I try to be kind of a bit more stern on the price. And it's going to cost me $4.24 to ship. I write the buyer's name on the package. That way I get the right label on it. And I do like to do my shipping in bulk. I don't like to do it one by one. I just realized that this way just works good for me. Next item is another t-shirt. This is the Famous Stars and Straps shirt, which is the brand by Travis Barker. This one was kind of like a Y2K era t-shirt. Famous Stars and Straps really don't do as good as I would have thought they do. It just seems like the type of brand, considering it's like Y2K, and considering how Travis Barker is pretty popular right now, it just seemed to me like these shirts would do a little bit better. But this one ended up selling for $11.99 plus $5.99 shipping, but I've had this one listed since August of 2022. So yeah, it's been listed for over a year and it finally sold. All right, next item is a pair of Barbie bell-bottom pants. Look like this. These actually go to Teenage Skipper, which is Barbie's little sister. Not the littlest sister, but she's the next age under Barbie. But in the 2000s, they started coming out with, like, Skipper got a little bit older. So, normally she was kind of like a tween. But then in the 2000s, they started coming out with Skippers that were like more like a teenager. So she was a little bit bigger and looked a little bit different. And this ended up selling for $9.49, free shipping. I try to do free shipping on most of my Barbie stuff. I talk about this a lot in my videos. I think that Barbie stuff sells better with free shipping. But not only that, it's a good way to get people to buy more than one if you sell a lot of Barbie stuff. And I sell a lot of Barbie stuff. So that is my reasoning for that. I would say about half of my store is free shipping and the other half I charge shipping. But like the main things that I am going to be charging shipping on is anything that weighs over a pound. And or clothing or shoes and purses and stuff like that. Those are the things I like to charge shipping on. And I used to have free shipping on my media, but because the cost of media mail constantly going up, I now charge calculated shipping for media mail. Because it was just annoying to have to like continue to keep up with the increase in the shipping costs. So that's why I do that. And not only that, I don't sell as much media as I used to at one point. So there was a point where like half of my store was all movies and, stuff like that. But I don't really find that much good media anymore like I used to. So I don't have a lot of people who are buying more than one anymore. At one point they were, which is why the free shipping was working well, but now it's just not really the case. Mostly people who buy media from me only buy one item, even though I do have a coupon in my store that does offer like a buy one get one 30% off or something like that. All right, next item is, I was actually glad this sold because I wanted to tell you about this. It's replacement parts for a board game. This sold for $14.39 free shipping. So I'm going to explain it to you. So I was at a yard sale and my husband found this game for Fallout and he told me that I should buy it. And this is why I like having him with me, is because sometimes he like suggests things for me to pick up that I normally wouldn't. I tend to not look too much at board games. The main reason is because I just don't like to have to take that extra time to, count all the pieces, make sure everything's there and to deal with all that. But he told me, I really think that game would sell well. You should get it if it's cheap. So sure enough, I think I ended up bundling a bunch of stuff at this yard sale. She only charged me like $15 for everything. So I'm not sure what my cost is on this. But I know it's got to be like really, really cheap. I would say maybe $1 or so. So, if I'm going to be like spending $1 on something, then I'm totally fine with like doing like a risk. Well, anyways, so I looked up the comps on this game and the comps were really good. And I think they were selling for about $35 plus the cost of shipping. And I think that's pretty good for something that you only pay $1 for. So then I bring it home, and this game actually has like a ton of pieces, tons of pieces. So I'm going through and I'm counting every little piece, and it came with like the instruction guide that had like a list of all the pieces and stuff, so that made it easy for me to do it. And the original owners were really good they had all their pieces organized in like separate like little lunch bags and stuff, so everything wasn't just thrown in there. So that was another reason why I felt okay picking it up. It's because I knew it was pretty organized inside. So I was getting like, oh yeah, all the pieces are here. And then at the very end, I realized that what was missing was the figures. None of these figures were in here. Everything else was there except for the little figures. And that's like a main part of the game. So I'm just like, dude, now the value of this game just went from like $35 to like nothing, because who wants to spend the money on shipping this? Because this is going to weigh over a pound. Possibly, let me weigh it. What does it weigh? Yeah, this will have to, once it's inside the box, this is going to weigh over 2 pounds. So this is like a 3-pound item. So it's going to cost anywhere, depending on what part of the country I'm sending it in, it's going to cost anywhere between like $8 to $15 to ship it now at this point. And who wants to pay shipping plus like whatever I'm charging for the game for like a game that doesn't have all the pieces? Like, it's going to sit there forever, right? So what I do instead is I went through and I probably ended up making about 25 different listings for like the pieces. So I'll show you kind of like what they look like. So like, so these are all like replacement parts listings. So I have one for like this deck of cards, and then I have a listing for like this deck of cards, and this deck, and this deck, and just like all the like random like pieces, right? I made all these separate listings for replacement parts. And I'm gonna tell ya, it went from this game being worth $35 to being worth nothing to now I've probably made like over $40. And I still have all these parts still left to sell. These parts are selling. So the fact that the figures were missing was a blessing in disguise, because I'm killing it with these replacement part listings. And I'm really happy that I decided to go this route. And it was really easy to make these listings, because I made like one listing for it, and then I copied that draft, and then I buy like 20, so I had like 20 drafts, and then I went and just like edited each one in bulk, and I did it like super fast. Like I was able to get like everything, all like 25 listings done in like under an hour. So that's a hot tip for you. So yeah, so coming back to this one that sold. But I will say that's not going to be the case with every board game, because I have done this with other board games before, and I have been successful with some of them, and some of them I have not been successful with. So, you know, sometimes it's going to work and sometimes it's not. But I think for this game, because there's so many random pieces, like I feel like that's going to be easy for some of those pieces to get lost or misplaced, because there's just so many of them. So yeah, this is going to cost me $4.44 to ship. It's going to Florida. All right, next sale is a lot of Rapunzel dolls. So I got these 3 Rapunzel dolls, and this sold for $9.99 plus the cost of shipping. So, you know, whenever you buy a bunch of dolls in bulk, Barbie dolls in bulk, you're always gonna get Disney dolls in there. They're just always gonna be in there. And some of the Disney dolls, like especially if you get rare characters, those could be worth some really good money. I really love to get like villains, or like the prince, on just like, or like the friends of the main character, you know, just the ones that aren't very popular. I tend to have pretty good luck with them. And or if the dolls are like like one of the deluxe dolls or like a Disney Store doll. Some of those will do really well. But these were just random Rapunzel dolls that I had just gotten that came in a lot that I purchased from dolls. And I gotta keep it under a certain weight. Okay, we're doing good. So I had bought in a lot of about 150 Barbie dolls. And they're all loose, used, pre-owned dolls like these. And I'm in the process of recording a 5-part series of actually doing a series. How stupid, huh? A series of getting all these dolls listed. And for once a week for a month, so like every Friday, I'm going to release another video on it. And I don't know, I think it's pretty good. I'm having fun making it. But it's very detailed. So it's like one whole video. It's just like unboxing the dolls and sorting through them. Another video is cleaning the dolls up and prepping them and ready to be listed. The next video is how I identify the dolls to figure out how much I'm going to charge. And then the next video is making the listings and taking the pictures. And the last video is going to be a follow-up on which dolls sold and also shipping for them. But you pretty much already, if you watch my videos, you know how I ship my dolls. But yeah, so that's going to be like a pretty long series of videos. But I'm working on it right now. Yep, so this is going to cost me $6.78 to ship, and the buyer paid $6.99. So we're right where we want to be with shipping. So to ship these 3 dolls, normally, I mean, I guess it depends on the doll, but sometimes I can ship 3 Barbie dolls for under £1, but just like barely under £1. That's what I try to keep it at. And I use this like 7x7x5 box. And you got to kind of fold the dolls in and make them fit. But always ship your Barbie dolls in boxes. I get some buyers, potential buyers, send me private messages asking me if I'm going to ship the doll in a box or a poly. And it just like bewilders me that they even have to ask that question. Like, and I know that the reason why they're asking is because somebody shipped them a Barbie in a poly bag. So don't ship Barbies in poly bags, guys. Ship them in a box. Don't cheap out. Okay, another Barbie. This comes from the same lot of dolls. This is going to be, he's not Ken. He is Skipper's friend who helps her babysit. So this is like babysitting Skipper's boyfriend person. Yeah, so I just, in the title, I put Barbie Mattel Skipper's babysitter 11-inch boy teen male Ken doll. So that's what I put in the description. I don't think he has a name. But he is a bolo for like more of the modern dolls. And he ended up selling, I think someone accepted an offer on this because I think I originally had him listed for $35, but then it sold for $31.49, free shipping. Oh, I had him fitting in here just fine a moment ago. Come on, dude. What's up with you? Get in there. All right, he's gonna cost me $4.44 to ship. Those are all my sales for eBay. And, you know, these are all the sales that I've gotten within the last 24 hours. I ship every day at this time of day. Right now it's 10:30. Oh, my computer's gonna die. I gotta plug it in. So yeah, every day I ship at around this time. So my shipping goes out every day. I even ship on Saturdays if I'm not going anywhere, or even if I'm going somewhere, sometimes I'll still try to do like some of my shipping like late Friday night. But I do schedule pickups at my house every single day, except for Sunday, of course. But yeah, I love to ship. And I'm going to tell you, if you ship fast, it's such a great way to build up your feedback, because I've noticed as a seller, there's a few things that make them feel like, wow, I really want to go and I want to leave them good feedback. And the number one thing is going to be fast shipping. Like if you go and onto my eBay store and look at my feedback, you're going to see that as like the number one thing that people say in my feedback is fast shipping. Item arrived quickly, item arrived on time, item arrived early. Like that's what really gets people feeling like they want to leave you positive feedback. And I think that shipping fast is a better way to get that feedback versus leaving a letter inside the package asking them to leave you feedback. Like I think if you just provide like really, really excellent service, like they receive the item packaged well, it's as described, and it came fast, most people are going to want to go and leave you feedback, because it seems like it's getting more rare and rare that you're going to find that on these platforms now where people actually do that. Like it's so rare to find someone that's going to have like check all those boxes off. So when they have it, and then on top of that, they've purchased from someone that they know, like for their peace of mind, that I can return it if I need to return it. And then they just have a great experience all in all. It's just, it's gonna pay off for you big time. And it's like, it's better than just having to, like, you don't have to write thank you notes. You don't have to have special, like, pretty packaging. You don't have to send little gifts in there. You don't have to send them letters. You don't have to message them and ask them, oh, you know, like, well, you go and leave me feedback. You don't have to do those extra little things if you just do the things that the buyers really want you to do. So that's just my advice on that. I don't know what inclined me to want to talk about that, but I just feel like I really want eBay to be like a really great place for people to shop and buy on, a place where people can feel safe and you know, not feel like they're gonna be like scammed. Because I'm gonna tell you, like, just even me as a buyer, I was kind of browsing. I want to get my daughter I was thinking about getting my daughter another Stanley Cup for Valentine's Day. I mean, she already has like a ton of them. Why is this not printing? Hold on, something's going on here. So I had to restart my computer because it wasn't printing. The labels weren't printing. So I don't know what's going on. It was like showing that like my printer was on pause or something, but yeah, hopefully that it will work now. But anyways, what I was saying was I was kind of thinking of getting my daughter another Stanley Cup for Valentine's Day. And I was just kind of browsing on eBay just for the heck of it. And I'm just like looking at them and I'm like, I don't trust any of these sellers, any of them. There's no way in heck I'm going to buy a Stanley Cup on eBay. Not going to happen. I'm not going to buy it from a reseller at all, anywhere. And it's just because like even some of them were like, oh, $20, buy it now for the Stanley Cup. And it's like, dude, if something is too good to be true, then it's too good to be true. So just like, but it made me like stop to think like, oh my gosh, like that's not a good thing to feel like that. Like, and this is the platform that I sell on. Oh, I just want eBay to be like a great place. That's all. And that is one of the reasons why I have this channel, is because I just want to contribute to making this like a great place so that you know, more people will shop on eBay, and then, you know, we can all be happy and make more money, and then I can help people along the way. I'm gonna say this, and there's some people out there that agree with me, some people that disagree with me, but I'm gonna tell you, I believe the number one reason for sales going down, like overall, some people are doing better than ever, but I just mean like overall, right? Most of us aren't doing as good as we were like pre-COVID. But I really believe that the reason our sales are tanking has nothing to do with anything else besides people just don't feel comfortable shopping on these types of platforms anymore because they've been burned from another seller. So then they stop. I had been for years, it's been like over 10 years now, I've been, every couple months I'll go on walmart.com and I'll order groceries for them to come deliver to my house. And I've been doing it more lately because I like to order my bread bags that I use here. So while I'm at that, I'll order a bunch of our sparkling waters and like the big like bulky items that you don't like buying at the store, you know, you can just have it delivered to your house. So that's what I was doing, and I had been doing it for years. And then a couple of weeks ago, I placed a fairly large order, right? And 10 items were not delivered. 10. So I call them and I'm like, can you just like deliver those items? And they're like, no, we got to refund you, but we have to transfer you to do the refund. And I'm sorry, but it's going to be an hour wait. So I had to wait an hour to talk to somebody to get my refund. And I still never got my stuff. And it was such a frustrating experience that I will never do it again. It just took that one time and I'm done. And I had been doing this for years. And it took just this one little incident to be like, I'm never doing it again. All it takes is one person to have like a bad experience on eBay. They're done. And we've lost one of our customers. So, just saying. It's what I believe is the reason that our sales are going down. There's way too many crappy sellers. There's way too many people out there selling fake items from China or pretending that they're in the United States and they're drop shipping and doing like all this like shady stuff. Like, I'm a Disney fan and I can't even go on eBay to shop for mouse ears because 90% of all the listings are fake mouse ears pretending to be authentic Disney park, and they steal pictures from other people and use that as like their picture, but yet somehow eBay does nothing to them, and they just continue to just do it, and people just fall for it and buy fake shit, and it's just awful. Like and then eBay and then sellers, like I'm on these Facebook groups and I see sellers that are like mad at eBay because they're like, they always side with the buyer every time. Well, yeah. Can you imagine? eBay's already like kind of like a shit show, but like, can you imagine if they didn't side with the buyer? Nobody would shop on there, guys. I mean, you're getting mad at the wrong people. It's not eBay who you want to get mad at. You want to get mad at these shitty sellers. You gotta put a stop to them. eBay's gotta do something to put a stop to it. It's frustrating. And I'm passionate about it because this is what's taking money out of my own pocket. And then I know that people are gonna comment and they're gonna say like, oh no, it's because of the economy or it's because of this and that. And you know, like I agree that all those things play a part in it. Absolutely. So I apologize that I did not post a video on Friday. I normally post videos on Friday morning. I skipped it because I was sick. And I just had a bunch of stressful stuff going on during the week. And I hope you like videos on Barbies because I have a lot of Barbie videos coming up. All right, so that's everything for eBay. Now, I did sell 2 things on Poshmark and 2 things on Mercari, which is rare for me. So this is good. I mean, they're small sales, but This one is a Captain Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean shirt. This is a vintage shirt. And I picked it up thinking this was going to be a great sale. I only paid $1 for it at a thrift store. Or was it $2? $1? $1.50. And it turned out to not be a good pickup. When I got home, I realized that these Pirates of the Caribbean shirts weren't really doing too good. Now, if you have like a vintage Disney parks, Pirates of the Caribbean, the ride park, that would be completely different. That's a whole other ball game. But this one for the movie Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp, those t-shirts just weren't really there. And I eventually sold this one. It didn't take too long, just a couple months, but it didn't sell for much. I had it listed for $10 plus shipping. Someone sent me an offer for $8, and I was just like, this was a bad buy. I'm happy just to take this sale. I am making my money back plus a couple of extra dollars, but not quite sure it was worth it for my time to list it. So it was just a lesson learned. But trends come and go, and Pirates of the Caribbean, the movie, I guess just is not trending right now. But then also the shirt had a lot of flaws on it too that I just didn't really notice too well at the thrift store. So I also had that against me. But it sold. So that was a Mercari sale. And the other Mercari sale is going to be this lot of Loving Family figurines. I got this from a grab bag at Savers. And Mercari said that the amount that I made after shipping and fees was $8. I think I made a couple dollars on these ones, but I'm fine with just making a few bucks because these were really easy to list. I like listing toys. So I'm just going to put it in a, what size is this? A 6x4x4 box. And I've already printed out all of my Mercari labels and stuff before filming the video. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach them. I used to do all of my Mercari shipping. I used to do free shipping, and I would print all my labels on Pirate Ship, but I don't do that anymore. All my listings now, except if something weighs over a pound. So I'm hoping that Mercari will give you an option to ship things that weigh over a pound, USPS ground, but they don't. They charge for priority mail, which is way more expensive, and buyers just aren't going to pay that much for shipping. So if anything weighs over a pound, then I just include the cost of shipping into the item, and then I ship it myself using Pirate Ship. But if it weighs under a pound, I charge them, and I use Mercari shipping labels. And I'm loving this way so much better. All right, and then on Poshmark, I'm not going to take it out, but it's a Starbucks mug. This is a 2020 holiday mug. It's really pretty. It has like this pretty like galaxy type design to it. According to the Poshmark site, it shows that what I made after fees was $9. Can't remember for the life of me where I got this mug. I'm thinking it was a yard sale though. So I'm thinking my cost must be like $1, $2 at the most. And so I had wrapped that mug in bubble wrap, and then I wrapped a cardboard around it, and then I put some stuffing in here, and then I put it in a priority mail box. And the last item I have for you is another Barbie item. This is going to be a vintage Skipper doll. You can kind of see what she looks like a little bit. this is Skipper that I was talking about earlier, which is Barbie's twin sister. I had her listed for $50, but I had her listed for quite some time. And she hasn't sold yet. So when someone sent me an offer on Poshmark for $30, I accepted it. So, you know, I was just like, yeah, I'll take it. Wanted to get more for her, but sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And my sales have actually been pretty slow this week. This was probably my best day that I had. It's been really slow. But I also think part of it has to just do with, you know, I took quite a bit of like time off during the holidays. And then, you know, like I had said, I had been sick, so I just wasn't, I was still working and still posting things, but I just feel like I wasn't on my game, and I wasn't posting as much as I normally would have if I was not sick. So, yeah. You know what? This is Poshmark, so it's not going to affect me in any way at all. I'm going to put this inside a bubble mailer just to give it a little bit extra. The great thing about shipping on Poshmark is that you can use the flat rates. You can use any of the priority mail shipping packaging. It seems like lately Poshmark is the only thing I use the priority mail for. It's super rare that I ship anything priority mail when I'm on eBay, but I will say that the most popular things that I do use is going to be this envelope, and also the regular, like the cardboard flat rate one, the regular like cardboard envelope. Those are the two that I use often, because like you can ship like jeans and like sweaters and those that weigh over a pound. So, and then it turns out to be cheap a lot of the times, cheaper to ship in the flat rate envelopes. All right, so there we go. That's all of my shipping that I have for today. I hope you found this video helpful or useful in any way at all. Say goodbye to my friends back there. Do everything you do with love and grace, and you will always be successful in life. And never forget that when you thrift upon a star, all your dreams will come true. I'll see you next time. Bye.